So I'm muted. Okay, sorry about that. April Rain here, and I've been sitting here just like a little junkie waiting for Mr. Metokur's video to come out regarding sewer Kraut and Tears, formerly known as Kraut and Tea, and Doc's Holiday, formerly known as Jeff Holiday. BasedMama, I haven't come up with something for her yet. This whole little doxing community that was on a private server, which has pretty much blown up for everyone. And I don't know why the other speaker isn't working now. And it should be, but it's not. This is really weird. Test 1, 2, 3. Do I have to start this thing over? I don't know why it's not working. Mute, unmute. Oh, the main out isn't working, and I don't know why. This is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna start this thing over. Hold on. Oh, so sorry. And it's not working. Why is the main not working? Okay, the first thing to do is to mix down. It's not going. Oh, there we go. Composite. Undo a composite. Oh, gosh. Stop it. Composite. Mono. There we go. Mute. I guess I have to have composite on. All right, well, it looks like it's going now. We'll find out if this is working. Okay, so, as I said, sitting here like a junkie waiting for Metokur's video to come out. And it looks like he's broken down and it's going to be put into parts. So this isn't the full video. All right, so let's get this started. And here we go.
Changed.
No. You kill your enemies until you make peace with what is left.
It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity.
Fuck you, Frenchman.
It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life has become a well-oiled machine.
Jesus, we should have gassed all of them.
War has changed.
If we've learned one thing from the Greeks, it's this, that all great tragedies involve a woman. And our story's Helen of Troy would be Rage After Storm. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with who Rage After Storm is, she is not Styx's biological sister. Instead, she's a YouTuber that accumulated nearly 100,000 subscribers over the course of 6 months. Her popularity was explosive. She was networking with everyone, appearing on multiple streams. People were recommending her to their audiences nearly daily. She seemed to be a golden child, someone who captured a certain demographic and held its attention. That is until she decided to talk about a subject which is apparently forbidden, or as Trout and Tears would say, verboten.
So, after many of you have speculated about my stance on race, especially my recent one, I've decided to make a video about it. Because heck, I love talking about things that will probably get me kicked off YouTube and every other social media website.
Now, this video and the reaction to it would be the impetus, the genesis for an autism festival, which would take place over the course of 4 fucking months, dragging its ass across nearly every aspect of social media, from YouTube to Twitter, from Facebook to 4chan. And it would include an entire cast of characters from multiple groups on the internet. But the driving force behind it, the protagonist of this tragedy, would be one individual by the name of Kraut and T. And as you'll see, as these videos unfold, is a story that is of vengeance, of wrath and anger, of hubris, total fucking warfare, the sort of battle online that only a high-class, exceptional individual would ever engage in willingly, that would end up costing Kraut nearly everything he had, to the point of where he had to leave the internet out of shame. And yes, like all great Greek tragedies, we even have mythological creatures. Granted, they're not chimera, but there are a few pregnant trouts here and there. Now, with this particular video, I want to put forward a theory on why Kraut and T began a destructive cycle that drove him off the internet. And it all begins with Rage After Storm.
Keep this in mind because it's going to be very relevant indeed.
Now, what I'd like to do is establish a timeline and the reactions which occurred within that timeline. Rage's video, Race is Real, went up on June 24th. 4 days later, on Adam Worski's podcast number 55 on June 28th, Kraut and T, among others, discussed their reaction to the video.
Welcome back to another Worski Live. I'm here with
Chris Worski, what's up?
and we have a full house today. We got Kraut and T, some black guy, Kasara, and Jeff Holiday. What's going on, everyone?
Now, there are many golden moments that take place within this particular chat. Many of the guests take umbrage with what they see as dog whistling that Rage is signaling to real racists, to the neo-Nazis out there with this video that she is one of them. They don't like the sources which are discussed.
It just looks like she's just repeating what the Daily Stormer article says. She just read the article, said, okay, this sounds right. Apparently didn't put any effort into questioning any of it, and then said, okay, this is how it is.
Fair enough. Maybe the Daily Stormer wasn't the way to go. Maybe she should have looked for information from other sources, like, say, a documentary.
刚才说是你们受欧洲国家管理这么长时间，应该是学到了很多先进的管理经验。
哪有多少时间？没有多少时间了。我们炒那个要那个国经济啊，很炒。现在是50年，第几50年那个？
就是50年以前，你不是受他们
50年以前什么都好啊。
是啊，那个先进的影响，这个代代往传下来，越传越文明越发达了，怎么越来越倒退越落后了？你看这么先进的铁路，我的1930几年就有电气化铁路，我的是中国啥时候才有电气化铁路的？你看矿区的铁路电气化的双轨铁路，因为架得多好。你看现在顶上那个什么，哎呀，千疮百孔啊，破烂不堪了。把原来留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到了毁灭性的重创，成了这样子的。
Oh, that's woo, that's a bit harsh.
Race realism is actually really fucking pervasive. Stefan Molyneux fucking talks about this shit all the time, and he talks out of his fucking ass. I made 2 videos about race realism. These people fucking followed me for 6 months, making sock accounts just so they can get around me muting them, being like, why aren't you debating this? There's no fucking debate, you
To be honest,
retards.
Those goddamn neo-Nazis and their fucking frog alt accounts. Thank God you didn't do anything to fucking encourage that. Thank God you didn't take their symbol and co-opt it into some E-bombs world tier shit. Huh, Jeff?
The whole point of Kekistan is taking back Pepe from you douche nozzles trying to like meme your way into some sort of interesting political position. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody ever fucking cared about you. You're cringy as fuck. The whole meme is just to take the piss out of you.
Maybe you shouldn't be shooting shots across the bow if you don't want fire fucking returned. But nonetheless, on the stream, multiple things are brought up. They don't like her sources. They think it's dog whistling. They don't like her approach to the subject. And there's some definite hostility towards the alt-right, towards race realists, towards white nationalists, or anybody that really sees the issue differently than they perhaps see it. But the shit show proper didn't happen until the very next day, on June 29th, when Kraut and T tweeted this out, at Kipper Central. You might want to look into the views of one of your contributors, Rage After Storm. And almost immediately, the reaction is, seriously? Now, Rage had written for Kipper Central, which is a UKIP account. And here Kraut is, one day after discussing and mocking her video, writing to them to say that you need to look into your contributor, Rage After Storm. The reaction was not friendly, if you can put it that way. But there's another more interesting reaction that followed fairly quickly afterwards. This was at 9:31 a.m. on June 29th. At 12:05 p.m. on June 29th, a few hours later from when Kraut had messaged them, Kipper Central responds, "We can confirm we are looking into one of our writers' recent videos. No further comment will be made until we have reviewed the video." Now, the thing about Kipper Central is it's a relatively small account. Currently, it has 744 followers, and that's not a number that's drastically changed overnight. They didn't just lose 500,000. It's always been a small channel. So you can probably imagine their shock when they get this response to their announcement about a writer on their website. Great, it's Rage After Storm, and she appears to be a racist pig. Fill us in on what steps you take. Thank you. That's from Soledad O'Brien. Soledad O'Brien knows who Rage After Storm is. Soledad O'Brien is contacting a fucking Twitter account with 700 followers. And very shortly after that, on June 30th, the next day, Kipper Central releases this statement regarding Rage. "We have decided to suspend one of our writers, Rage After Storm, following a series of tweets and the content of one of her YouTube videos. When Rage first started writing for us, she was very down to earth and agreed with many of our other writers on many things. However, very recently, she has changed her views and has become sympathetic to ideologies we cannot endorse or facilitate. Unless she reforms her thinking, we will have no option but to remove Rage from Kipper Central entirely. We hope she takes this opportunity to change her ways and rethink whether this is the best direction for her. To be clear, we will not tolerate Rage's current views and standpoints, and people with these views are not welcome in Kipper Central." So within 1 week of her video, she has been disavowed from the UKIP organization which she was associated with. The reaction, the lashback that happened online following this was a bit extreme, but it really ramped up on July 24th when Rage After Storm deleted her YouTube account and her Twitter account, because it was around this time that people went back and saw what Kraut had written to Kipper Central and confronted him with it, stating that he had played a hand in basically driving Rage After Storm off of the internet. Kraut did not have the best of reactions to that apparent viewpoint. He saw it as an attack on him from the alt-right, from race realists, from white nationalists, from the very people he was mocking in the stream when he made fun of her video. One day after she had shut down her accounts, Kraut released this on his Twitter. "I find it fucking hilarious that some of you compared the tweet I made to the letter writing campaign Thunderfoot had to endure. And the best about all of this? Wait for it. Wait for it. I actually contacted her employer, who told me in person that I am absolutely in no way responsible for her being fired, and making it absolutely clear that it was their decision, that many of their writers watch her videos as well, and that many more contacted them by means other than tweets. You, who manufactured outrage over this, are a bunch of pathetic, whimpering little shits. Do you really have so little to add to the conversation that you have to pretend that someone has no personal responsibility for her actions and pin it to someone who critiqued her views? Are your arguments so pathetically weak that you have to devolve into drama shit-flinging? You are a joke. A massive fucking joke. And yes, I'm looking at you there, Edgy Sphinx, Cedarwood, and Blondie. Especially Cedarwood and Edgy. You too? You, after complaining over moral grandstanding? Complaining that people opposed to you do too much drama and no substantive debate over issues? And what do you do about these complaints? You go looking for shit to fling like the little shit-flinging mental midget monkeys that you actually are. Pathetic. Tweets with screen caps to follow. Oh, but Kraut wasn't done there. Oh boy, it's almost like actions have fucking consequences. Actions have consequences, huh, Kraut? Actions have consequences. Really makes you, oh shit, my codec's going off. Who's that? Oh, it's Sour Snake. What's that, Snake? Actions have consequences. Okay, thanks, buddy. Thanks for checking in. The very next day, after all those Twitter spats, Kraut releases this video, Artificial Outrage. You can tell from the like-dislike ratio that things did not go smoothly. And it's no surprise, really. Listen to who he blames blames for this artificial outrage.
This nonsense, of course, took its path down the road of ridiculousness, most amusingly with the paragons of ethical behavior joining with them, the doxing AIU scumfuck crowd. And, of course, half of Twitter's alt-right frog accounts about how I supposedly went after her private supposed job, how I tried to censor her, a whole lot of other bullshit.
And he has a few things to say about Rage in particular, and about Kipper Central's decision to disassociate or disavow her.
Rage After Storm didn't have a paying job at Kipper
So?
Central. Kipper Central distanced itself from her anyway because, duh, what a shock. They don't wish to associate with racists.
But one of the more interesting pieces from the video itself is when he addresses the tweet that he had sent to Kipper Central. I want you to pay particular attention to how he words this and to the tweets that he shows while he's talking.
I tweeted at that UKIP blog's Twitter handle to maybe take a closer look into the views of their contributor, Rage After Storm. And what happened after that? Well, 20 minutes after I made that tweet, I started thinking that it was childish and stupid and proceeded to delete that tweet and make two statements on Twitter that I had gone too far with this, and that it was childish, and that I had consequently deleted that tweet.
It was childish and stupid, and he deleted it out of shame. And the tweet he's highlighting says, you were attempting to deplatform someone because you disagreed with them. And his response was, acknowledging it. I know that's what I was attempting to do. A lot of the discussion around the events of what happened with Rage After Storm, about did Kraut have a hand in getting her disassociated or disavowed? Did he have a hand in pushing her off the internet? Focus on the idea of the consequence, but rarely talk about the intent. Kraut is openly discussing the intent right here. He was attempting to get her deplatformed. There's no arguing about that. He says it himself. He acknowledges it, and the tweet responds. But what I'd really love to know is what changed from him saying this on Andy Worski a month ago.
I'm mainly looking at her sources. I'm not going to make any kind of emotional or moralizing arguments.
To saying this in the video.
And in the end, your Nazi bitch queen, Rage After Storm, as much as you would like to fantasize about her being silenced, packed her bags and ran away like a little bitch.
I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to make this personal to racist Nazi little bitch queen. It seems like you might have gotten a little emotional. And that's really the crux of it all, isn't it? Getting emotional, becoming invested, getting angry and wanting revenge. Revenge against who? Well, revenge against those goddamn people that were disliking that video, that were tweeting at him, that were commenting about his actions and his viewpoints. Those fucking alt-righters, those race realists, just like their little Nazi bitch queen, Rage After Storm. They need to be taken down a peg. They need to be taught a fucking lesson. And who better to do it than Kraut and his posse of intellectuals? I'm talking high-tier academics, YouTube, scientists.
Most well-known and credentialed scientists of this YouTube community.
And so you can see how this one video by this one content creator can gain momentum, can snowball out of control, and motivate Kraut through all of the different ripple effects around it to set on a path of his own self-destruction. Everything he has done for the last 4 months is to get petty revenge at a perceived slight from a political group or those purporting to believe in a certain ideology. He was simply pissed off. And the things we'll be discussing in these videos, they're not just about past events. They pertain to things that are happening currently and are going to be happening in the future. You saw it yourself on the Andy Worski podcast. There were 2 people there that ended up in that Discord with Kraut. His 24-hour op Discord we'll be talking about next video. There was Kraut himself and Jeff Holiday. You know, it's crazy.
Holiday.
I wasn't there somebody else? I mean, there was Kraut, yeah, and there was Jeff Holiday, but was anybody else in that call when all this shit started? When the very origin event that led to Kraut creating a Discord to go after people? Was there anybody else there aside from Kraut and Jeff Holiday? Andy, can you give me some information here?
So we just finished Worski Live number 55. Kraut was there, Chris, Jeff, Kasara, some black guy, Dave Cullen, and BasedMama swung by at the end.
BasedMama, of course.
There we
BasedMama from the Discord with Kraut and Jeff Holiday and all the other people running 24-hour ops. BasedMama, who's running an event called Kilroy. Kilroy, an event that basically disinvited people that have right-wing beliefs. You know, all those identitarians, those icky alt-righters, those people that don't align politically with what she likes.
Like, here's my idea. Okay, if you want to be like race separatists, how about all you guys who don't want to do that, you just stay in your own areas and somehow the rest of us alone.
How weird and coincidental that she would be there at the birthing of Kraut's vendetta, and then also in the Discord, and then also making decisions about Kilroy, which somehow shit on people that are right-wing. That really makes me think. That'll be fun to dig into. Put on my tinfoil hat. Let's go fucking crazy with this shit. Because I'll tell you, I'm here for the fucking laughs. And what's coming up next is some of the cringiest fucking shit from so many people. It's mind-blowing. This originally was going to be one video, but these autistic fucks can't cool it off for like 5 minutes and let me complete it. It's just fucking day after day of golden quotes. I can't even go over a list of the shit that's coming up. We've got YouTube scientists, we've got people getting cucked. It's some crazy shit. So allow me to introduce you to the concept of a new type of Advent calendar. We're not celebrating baby Jesus. We're celebrating Spurgs. We're going to call this an autism calendar. Every day's a new surprise. So prepare yourself for part 2, my fellow academics.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Oh, God, this is going to be good. Make sure you guys stock up on your popcorn. Don't put it on your trees. Cover it with butter. All right, so let's see what's going on in the chat here. Oh, God, this is such a mess. Such a mess. Such a mess. And I don't know if any of you guys are watched Derek's stream, some black guy, who I deem as the skeptic's token stuttering black guy. I don't know if any of you have been paying attention to the whole Kilroy debacle and saw the stream that was on with BasedMama on there. And she's telling people, because people are very concerned, they want their refunds. So she just basically says, oh yeah, it was all done through PayPal, so just go get your refund through PayPal. It's that easy. Well, PayPal has a deadline, somewhere between 7 and 10 days after a purchase. They were fully funded on December 7th. Probably actually December 6th, because Dave Cullen put up a video on December 7th saying they were fully funded. And they're still taking donations today. So she fully well knows these people can't get their refunds because all this stuff started happening after the 10 days. Because, see, they were fully funded, let's say the 7th, the 17th, that's 10 days later. And she's telling people on the 20th to go through PayPal. Well, the 20th is 3 days after that 10-day deadline, if you had put in money on the 7th. But they were fully funded, so that means people were putting in money from the get-go. Personally, I see a very high possibility of hundreds, if not thousands, of lawsuits coming at her for fraud. They did advertise certain people as these are some of our speakers. They didn't say that it was tentative. No, these people were going to be the speakers there. That's why a lot of people donated the amounts that they did. And then people are getting booted. There's no communication going on. I've put on events. I've never seen anything like this before. And then they say, we're fully funded, yet when you look at their site, you have to go buy tickets. So are you fully funded or not? And she hasn't even secured the event room. She's got all the money, but she hasn't secured the place to do this. It's a complete mess. And I've never seen anything like this before. And they want to use the excuse, we've never done this before, it's just us and da 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 da. But then you listen to Sister whatever her name is, and she's put on these events before. Really? This is quite the shit show since you're experienced at this. So, Manny says she secured a BMW. Oh, I'd say she secured security for that little one that she always has in the videos of hers because she's so worried about the security of that kid of hers that she probably put an account together for that little guy's college. That's security. Because $40,000 for security? What, did she go get 4 ex-Secret Service agents and a sniper on the roof? Hey, Brain Diku. You're not home right now, so you're not coming in. That's all right. That's all right. 9 threes and threes. Her name is Sister Fister. Yeah, I've been calling Andy the Dark Fister because of his movie that he had made. Oh yeah. So this is just the thing that's really frustrating for me is a lot of these folks have been, quote, the gatekeepers. You know, you don't get in on them with them, your channel's going to stay really tiny. And if they decide they don't like you, they will dogpile you. All of them will do it. And they do it without shame. So, you know, I'm hoping that this is pretty much the end of the gatekeepers. You know, these guys, they go arm in arm into everything together. Look at Andy. People are saying he's lying to you, Andy. No, he's my friend. He's my friend. Damn, Jeff couldn't get his zipper down quick enough before Andy was going in to blow him on that stream that he had him on. It's insane. But this is how that group works. That's how they operate. They're a pack. That's why I now call them the trap pack. They got more ways of one to trap you. Not only do they have the tranny, now they got doxers. So it's a complete mess. Complete mess. But this whole Kilroy event that ties into this whole doxing thing. And to see the mess of just the event itself. It literally makes me sick to my stomach. Because I know what it's like to put an event together. And I also know what it's like to put money in for an event and then have it canceled because there weren't enough people that were going to come. But never have I seen someone running an event and nonchalantly lie about people getting their refunds via PayPal, knowing they have a 7 to 10 day window. So it's insane. And I think if somebody let Christina Hoff Sommers, if she's really showing up at this thing, let her know what's really going on. I have a feeling she'd have a thing or two to say. But I don't know if their list is real. These people, they don't even know how to operate a website. They can't keep that thing updated. You can't keep your own website updated, but I'm going to trust you with $86,000 frickin' dollars? Oh, Manny, how long did it take them to get fully funded? I'd say a month. Yeah, I'd say a month. Because I remember seeing, it was actually less than a month. I remember seeing Dave's video, and that was in, I believe, November. You know what? Let's just do it this way. Hang on one second. Go. Go. Sorry. Someone wants. As you can see, I already Googled. No, YouTubed it. Let's see. Yep, a month ago. Let's see.
Imagine a group of activists.
Oh, yeah. It was a few weeks to get fully funded to where now they're going to sell tickets. November 16th, crowdfunder. And on December 7th, fully funded. Here we go.
To say a massive
Fully
thanks
funded. December 7th. Now remember, you only have 7 to 10 days to get your money back. December 7th, if you donated on that day. And I'm going to guess that they were fully funded on the 6th. But let's be nice and go with the video, the 7th. And this has nothing to do with Dave. I understand that he really had nothing to do with it in the background or anything like that. December 7th, $85,000. You know what they're at now? Check this out. $85,420. So even after they were fully funded, they made more. Check this out. What level would you like to pledge? Well, first of all, 100 people pledged $250. Those are all gone. 300 people pledged $150. That's all gone. So now you can do 20 or 10. Watch this. You can donate anonymously or pledge now. I would like to donate anonymously. Check that if you want. Level 1. Create an account only. I don't want a reward. Or have my name on the "You were here" wall. You can fill all this out and still donate. It's such a mess. And I truly can see people filing lawsuits. I would have, if it was me, I would have had my lawsuit ready to go and have it in the courts and have BasedMama being served tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. Have a Christmas card attached saying, "Merry effing Christmas, bitches." That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. And I think that Dave was actually taken advantage of on this. Because he was told that she secured the venue when she was just on the other day on Derek, the token stuttering black man's live stream. She said they still hadn't gotten the venue. What are they waiting for? Oh, that's right. It was more important to get that security because of that little guy that's walking around on camera behind her. And for them ex-Muslims, my answer to that, you're an ex-Muslim, you're worried about it, bring your own security. That's what Ayan Ali Hirsi does. Or better yet, put on a hijab. No one else, they can't tell who you are then. Let's see, Carl Frederick says, skeptics tend to be atheists and leftists, meaning they are often beta and status losers. Skeptics are over now, and critical thinkers will emerge. Those who follow the truth where it actually goes. Lefto-skeptics are over now, and critical thinkers will emerge. Those who follow the truth. Yeah, how did you double type that? Manny says, I think every right-leaning speaker got taken advantage of. Oh, yeah, they did. They were the ones booted. Fox Report. I do like computing forever. Yeah, I actually love Dave. And I know he's had a tough year. And that's why I say I think he was taken advantage of. Because he is one of those really decent people out there. Well, of course, I am comparing them to the likes of Andy Worski and Docs Holliday and Sewer Kraut and the rest of that dogpiling group, whether they call themselves the skeptics or not, that's what they are being called, and they know it. So, it's just a mess. Just a mess, just a mess, just a mess. Oh, what would we do without Mr. Metokur, though, huh? Took him long enough to get this video out, but the stuff wouldn't stop. You know, and then you've got Liz Reptile and Zeph leaking all these recordings. All these recordings. Which Andy's fine with. All these recordings where people, you know, were in a private server. Andy's fine with that, but boy, he lost his mind when someone started recording outside of a hotel door in the hallway, which is public space, trying to record how shitty Andy and Blair and Shoe on Head and the Skeptic and all those other fuckers in the room, how shitty they were being. Oh, but see, that makes them look bad. That's not good for them. The hypocrisy is their game. The skeptic group, that is exactly their game. Go after this person for that. Oh, but my friend did it. It's a pass. Just say sorry. You know what? You're my friend. You don't even have to say sorry. Just say you didn't do it. That's how it works. So, like I said earlier, I hope this truly is the end of the gatekeepers. I really do. So, I need to get some stuff done around here. I'll be back around. I may go live streaming again if I think of anything else that I want to add or talk about. But I'm working on a completely unrelated project. I need to get that done. And I think I probably should do my dishes. So, Manny says, I blamed Braving Ruin who kept compiling all this stuff yesterday. kept making Jim push back his schedule. Yeah, but Zeph has been slowly dripping out the stuff he has as well. And you know why. It's intentionally being dripped out so slow from them. Yeah. More subs, more views, more money, 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 money. So, anyway, you guys have a great night. And if I don't see you before the end of Kwanzaa, when is the end of Kwanzaa? I don't know. Have a good holiday. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever else. Pesci days. Don't forget the Pesci days. I will be tied up Friday to Sunday, maybe just Friday and Saturday. But I'll be back on Monday. Figure we'll watch a Christmas Carol, or not a Christmas Carol. No, Christmas Story or something, or maybe some really scary movie. Totally not related to Christmas. Ooh, maybe we could watch Gremlins. That's around the Christmas time. Yeah, there's all kinds of things we can do. Fox Report. Yeah, the Drama Squad is what I call those guys. Yeah. Well, I'm sticking with the Trap Pack now. More than one way to trap you. First, it was just because they had their token tranny. Then it became, oh, how they dogpile you. And now they have doxers in their groups. Plus, they're hypocrites on top of it. So what they're going to hold you accountable for, if you're their buddy, it's going to be a lot less. So anyway, I'm going to go get some dishes done, get back to the computer, and work on this other project. I'd really like to get this out before the new year. I've been working on this one for a while, just a lot of research, and then I needed to take a break, which I can explain why in the video that I make on it. But other than that, you guys have a great night. I may or may not be back tonight. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you lovelies later. And Wally wanted to say goodbye. There you go. All right, have a good one, honey. Love ya.